Welcome to Learning SQL in Azure. My name is Rafael. In the previous video, we installed SQL Server and I was about to install Ssms when I got an error saying I needed to reboot. Well, I've rebooted my computer. So now I'm going to install the Ssms. So go to your Downloads folder and double-click the Ssms. And let's minimize this while the window pops up. Now this will allow us to interact with the SQL Server on premises and Azure environment, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's give it a second and say yes. Let's minimize this and go install. Now this may take a few minutes, so what I'm going to do at this point is just pause the video. It's relatively easy, so just let this continue until it says Ssms installed successfully. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, and as you can see, the SSM has been installed successfully. So let's close it. So now let's make sure we can interact with the SQL Server. So on your left-hand window right here, click on left click and scroll all the way down until you see Windows Microsoft Tools right here. And this is right here the icon that we want to post actually on the taskbar. So right click, More, Pin to Taskbar. And this is just easier. So now if I double click the Ssms, it will pop up a window that allows us to log into the SQL Server, as you guys already know. And if you don't, that's wonderful also, because we're going to do it step by step. Then the next thing I'm going to do in this video, once we connect to the SQL Server, I'm going to take the backup of the AdventureWorks, and I'm going to copy paste it and paste it into the MS SQL Server backup folder so we can restore it, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So now let's connect and go connect. Now if it doesn't connect immediately, that means your services are not running. So as you can see, everything is fine. I can connect to the SQL Server, and there's our default databases with the Developer Edition. So now what I wanted to do is the following. Go to your Downloads, and you'll see the AdventureWorks.back. I want you to right click, go copy. Then I want you to go to your C drive and go to Program Files, and we're going to navigate to the SQL Server folder in the backup. And make sure you select the appropriate one. This is the MSL 15, so make sure you select this one. Go to MS SQL. Go to, actually let me make sure I get the right version here, MS SQL 2019. Go to here, this one. You'll only have one, so don't worry about that. Go MS SQL, go to Backup, and right click and paste. And as you can see, I've already got there. So this is the path I'm going to navigate to restore the database. So in order to restore the database, right click on the database, go Restore Database, and let's expand this. Now we're going to use the device and navigate to that directory that I just mentioned. Go add, and the reason I popped it there because it'll be easier now to navigate to that folder. Otherwise, sometimes some students have a little difficulty in finding it. So go to Program Files, go to MS SQL, and just navigate to the one that you had, and then mine is MS SQL, Backup, AdventureWorks. Go OK, OK, and then OK, and it just takes a split second or a few seconds. Let's see why that failed. Okay, let's look at that. So let's relocate, and let's do that again. Let's overwrite with replace, and there we go. So the reason I didn't want to restart this, because if you come across this issue, especially since most of us are not DBAs, then you know how to restore it. So make sure you do that. As you can see on the left-hand side now, we've got the database AdventureWorks 2019 that we'll be working with. Now here is all the data that will be emulate our databases. And what we're going to do now is work with this. So we've created our on-premises environment, and at this time you should know what an on-premises environment is. So now what we're going to do, continuing this course, is to learn how we can integrate on-premises with the Azure environment and how we can migrate SQL databases from on-premises to the Azure cloud, and vice versa, where we can migrate data or databases from Azure to on premises. So this is the reason I want to start with this premise here. So I'm going to leave it here. We'll continue with the next video. So my name is Raphael, and this is learning SQL on Azure. See you in the next video.